He was, without question, the embodiment of post-war American cinema, an actor whose haunted gaze and quiet, masculine intensity anchored masterpieces that perfectly captured the era's underlying anxiety, including definitive works of the film noir genre and critically acclaimed dramas like The Best Years of Our Lives. For a decade, Dana Andrews was considered utterly bankable, a respected and reliable leading man whose on-screen persona was one of unshakable control and competence. Yet, by the mid-1950s, a devastating private struggle, a burgeoning addiction to alcohol, had begun to erode his professional reliability. Though his struggles were whispered about within the guarded walls of Hollywood, where producers worried about his fading reliability on set, the public remained completely unaware of the crisis unfolding behind the velvet curtain. This veil of secrecy was brutally ripped away during one single, disastrous public appearance, a hypothetical live television interview that, in the unforgiving glare of the emerging small screen, brought his private pain into stark, undeniable view. By the time of this fateful broadcast, which was on a format known for its lack of retakes and its merciless honesty, his career was already under considerable pressure due to the general collapse of the classic studio system. However, his self-medication was the more profound threat, leading to visible instability and mounting nervousness among those who employed him. In a desperate, misguided attempt to project his trademark cool confidence and prove he was still a viable commodity, Andrews agreed to the interview. Sadly, fueled by drinks taken backstage to steady his nerves, what the nascent television audience witnessed was not the collected star they admired in the movie houses, but a man visibly wrestling with profound internal demons. His speech was slurred, his train of thought frequently derailed, and moments of palpable confusion or anger flickered across his face in response to the host's questions. The fallout from this live, unfiltered moment was instantaneous and catastrophic. The general audience, unfamiliar with the nuances of addiction, registered it simply as a spectacular public failure. Almost immediately, the phones in the major studio offices went silent for him. While no formal, signed blacklist was ever issued, producers and directors, already highly sensitive to the enormous costs and risks of film production, now possessed irrefutable public proof of his professional instability. That single broadcast, rarely replayed but often remembered as the moment everything changed, effectively sealed his fate as a top-tier star. Dana Andrews was suddenly defined not by his Oscar-worthy performances, but by one excruciating display of vulnerability. He never recovered his status as a leading man, relegated instead to B pictures and supporting roles, sometimes ironically playing characters that mirrored the struggles he was attempting to overcome. Though he ultimately conquered his alcoholism in 1969 and dedicated his later life to advocacy, speaking openly about his journey to sobriety, that single public moment had already irrevocably closed the studio doors, tragically robbing him of the final, graceful career chapter he had so brilliantly earned.